Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a little while. I kind of wanted to take my time with this video because this is more so a message video than it is a mukbang, even though I will be eating 2 Popeyes chicken sandwiches that I never really tasted, and a lemonade from Popeyes. But like I said, this video is more so a message video than it is mukbang. So I hope you guys really enjoy, and I hope by the end of this video, if this message could touch anyone, it has, and it opened eyes to some of those who might need their eyes opening. Okay, so yeah. I wanted to address the situation. Well, not so much a situation. I wanted to address something that I feel is very important, that is lacking, I would say, in the Black community, and it's the awareness of mental health. I feel like it is looked down upon more so in the Black community, that, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that baby, he just want attention, or he's just spoiled, you know. And I feel like we need to start throwing those sayings out, and we need to pay more attention to our children. We need to realize that mental health and depression and social anxiety has no age, no race, no gender, no face. And we need to start listening to our children, when, even if they're not speaking it. We need to start listening to our children when they're behaving ways that we just feel is them being bad. I read somewhere that from the 90s, I want to say the 90s, maybe even the 80s, up until 2017, the percentage rate of Black male teens for suicide went up to 16%, and the percentage rate of Black female teens for suicide went up 182%. And that is a lot, and that is scary. That is scary, especially for me, being that I have 2 Black daughters that's going to grow into being teenagers. And my youngest daughter, you know, she's very emotional. She everything is with her emotions. You know, she wears her emotions on her sleeve. And I find myself sometimes being more frustrated about it, when me personally, I should be the one with more understanding than anybody, being that as a teen, I suffered from not knowing how to properly place my emotions. Like, I didn't know how to express myself the way I should know how to express myself. And I've never been able to, even as an adult, I've never been able to honestly deal with stress. I've never been able to say that, you know, right now I'm a little stressed, there are better ways. Most of the time it just hits like a ton of bricks, and then it sinks me into a depression that I'm in and out of. Sometimes I'm all right, and then something hit, and then next thing you know, I'm like really depressed, and I'm trying to find coping ways, and I feel like I can't breathe, and I feel like my chest is caving in. And, you know, as a teen, I suffered plenty of anxiety attacks, and a lot of times the attacks was among family. My mother, my father. But it was 2 situations where they weren't. I was a senior in high school, and We was just coming back from, maybe it was rehearsal for a talent show. And we went across the street. Everything was fine. It was me and two of my friends. And we had a slushie. We stopped at the store. We got like a slushie drink. And I was fine. And we were walking. And all I could remember was me coughing. And next thing you know, I was in the ambulance. And I think God I had my two friends with me, because who's to say what would have happened? But I was also embarrassed because it's not something that was talked a lot amongst friends. We don't sit around and do mental check-ins, and we don't sit around and ask our friends, mentally, are you there? Mentally, it doesn't have an age, and it's just, it's some things that people can't explain to why they can't control their emotions, and why some people can and some people can't. Some days I am good and some days I'm not, and I can't control my emotions. And it took 28 years of damage before I even went and got any counseling. And even when I went for counseling, my mom mentioned that you don't need counseling. And in all honesty, I've been needed counseling. I've been needed help with trying to place my emotions. I've been needed help with trying to place myself in situations where I don't have to worry about them conquering me, and place myself where I don't feel like anxiety is taking over me. I should have been got the help. I should have been opened up, but I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid of people telling me nothing was wrong with me. And I was afraid of people saying that I needed attention, or I was afraid of people thinking that, oh, she just saying this just to say it. And a lot of times I'm not. A lot of times I wasn't okay. A lot of times I didn't know what was going on. Even on days I smiled. I became to be the jokey friend, because that was my escape as a teen. That was my escape of being the one who cracked jokes, and that was my escape to be the one who wasn't as serious, because it was times where things were always serious. It was times where things that some people might not see as too much. I'm just talking. It was times where some people didn't feel like was this big, to me was as big as this room. I had no escape. And I started piling a lot of things on top of myself. I was dancing. I was doing the talent show. I was modeling in the talent show. I was doing the bake team. I was doing so much stuff to keep my mind busy and occupied. Because a lot of times I was just a nervous wreck, and most of the time it was because of nothing. It was something that I couldn't handle, and I didn't understand why. It was stuff I didn't understand why. And I was so afraid to talk to people because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to be seen as the crazy person. I didn't want to be seen as the nutcase. And as an adult, I still have my days. There's days I have my days where I'm good, and there's days I don't have my days where I'm good, and some days I'm not good. It's just, it is what it is. And I feel like as children, we need to, as adults, parents, we need to create environments for our children to be safe to talk to us about anything. Because you don't want to create an environment that your children have to heal from as an adult. I grew up in a great home. I grew up with both my parents. They were working class. We wasn't struggling. We never needed assistance. They made growing up a child great. We had everything. We had computers. We had TV. We had cable. We had game systems. We had everything. But it wasn't an environment to where I felt comfortable enough to come out and say stuff like, Mom, something is wrong with me. Something inside of me is wrong. It's days where I'm just balled up in the bed crying, and I don't know why. And I didn't know where to look for to find out why. I have emotional children. I feel I can do better making the environment open to where my children don't have to be afraid to tell me something is wrong with them, where they don't have to be afraid of them saying something and I'm snapping and oh no, and because I can go from 0 to 10, and it's because I don't like confrontation. I'm not a confrontational person, regardless of me saying what I want when I want. I'm not a confrontational person. I'm a person who had to teach herself to express herself through words, I would say, more than physical altercations. Yeah. I just think as a whole, we need to not make jokes or make fun of things and we need to take it just as serious as things as mental health. Our teens are killing themselves. We're just thinking like, what can be going wrong so bad that they're killing themselves? And whole time I understand, maybe they don't know how to express, they can't handle stress. Maybe stress is taking so much control over their mental space that it's better to go than to deal with it. I don't want my kids growing up feeling that way. I've also made this video because this month marks the 3rd year anniversary of when I was planning to commit suicide myself. I was battling with postpartum depression, and I just felt like I had no one to talk to. I felt like everyone just seen me as an attention. I wanted attention. Maybe it was, oh, her relationship was failing. Oh, maybe she's not happy, or whatever it may be. It was just that it was never a opening or a safe place, I would say, for me to just open up and be like, okay, today's the day I want to, I've been thinking about suicide, guys. I want to off myself. I didn't know who to talk to, who to run to. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want people to think that, she's thinking about committing suicide. She's not a good mother. Take her kids, or those type of things. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know how to open up. I didn't know what to do. It was just, I was ready to go. I didn't see fit to be on earth and raising my 2 kids, or walking amongst those who didn't think suicide was the answer. I was over it all. And I felt like, I think back now and I'm thinking it would have been 3 years, and how traumatizing it may have been for my youngest to grow up never knowing this person, this personality, this fun-loving, jokey, funny person that I made myself to be. I attached myself and I became addicted to comedy and and laughter and jokes, and I put all my stress into my work. I do a business. I put all my stress into my work. And it's just, I had to create those passages, or I would say I had to create those stress relievers. I had to create those ways for me to relieve my own stress for me, because the little bit of stress takes control of me, and it's always been that way. I've dealt with that all of my life, and it could be any kind of stress. It could be anything. It could be stress with my children coming to me saying that, oh, you know, they're having a problem at school, and I just feel like I gotta just like, I just attack it so aggressively that I don't want it to control me. So if I attack aggressively, maybe it won't get the best of me. And I had to go to counseling to realize that that's not the way to address things. And I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to grasp the idea of being able to control my emotions, and still trying to get to a point in life where I understand that everyone is going to deal with stress. Stress is never going to leave. I just have to find better ways to deal with stress. I have to find ways to not let stress take over my life. I have to let it go. I have to let go. My father told me, you know, let go, let God. You know, the normal saying, let go and let God. Sometimes you just really have to let it go, because you'll be gone. You'll let it control you, and then, you know, everyone says, oh, no, that's not me. That's not me. I would never think suicide. Yeah, I thought that too. And then one day I thought suicide was the answer, you know? You know, I talk about it now. I can talk about it. It doesn't bother me to talk about it, because some people need to hear it. Some people need to understand that. Check on your strong friends. Check on your giggly friends. Check on your kids. Ask your kids. Set up an environment for your children to come talk to you about everything. Don't let them. Don't judge them. Don't let them talk to you. Let them tell you what's going on. When they're going through, when they're having emotional, and this is something I have to work on myself. When they're going through whatever it may be, let them come to you and express it. Let them tell you. Let them address it. Let them tell you, and you address it. Address it with caution. Be mindful of what you say, because a person dealing with anxiety, a person dealing with depression, a person dealing with not knowing how to control their emotions, they're just, you know, an emotional disorder. Address it with caution, because whatever you may say can cause them to never want to talk about it again. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't address a person battling cancer, you know, any type of way about what's going on with them. Address mental illness the same exact way, because a lot of us is going through it. It's a lot of people in the world that don't address it, because it's not acceptable amongst the Black community. We make jokes about it. We make memes about it. We tell them we just want attention. I ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Stop babying them. You know, stuff like that. You know why? It could be something really wrong going on in their brain. You'll never know if you keep making jokes about it. So there ain't nothing wrong with them. Except there's a lot of parents who don't want to accept that their children need help. It's a lot of parents. I worked in the school system. I know how it goes, and I understand. You know, you don't want your child going through like dealing with stress and, you know, people saying something wrong with your child. But that's because we don't create an environment that accepts mental illness as it being a common issue, like a common issue, basically. We need to address things as such. I don't want my children, you know, if anything is going on with my girls, I don't want my girls to feel like they can't talk to nobody, so I'm better off, you know, not in this world. I want people to know that children go through stress too, regardless of whatever it may be. Children go through stress too. They do. Whether it's peer pressure among friends, drugs, sex. You just never know. Imagine when you was a teenager and everything that was going on with y'all. Yeah. That's basically the messages I just really wanted to, without going so deep into anything like I always do, because I don't know how to shut up sometimes. But that's the message I really wanted to give everyone, is to make an environment safe enough for your children to be able to come to talk to you about anything, regardless of what it may be. You know? You never know what's going on with children. You never know what could be going on at school, right under your roof. You really never know. And it doesn't have to be something traumatic in your child's life for them to feel that way. No, nothing traumatic happened in my life, really. I had a great upbringing. My father was strict as hell, but you know, that was it. Oh yeah, y'all, my brace. I'm always losing something. Can y'all believe that? I don't even know where this thing done went. Oh, dang it, Cara. Right. Is it in my pocket? Oh no, it's right there. Okay, whatever. But don't judge me. In better spirits, I don't know. I don't know. I'm all quiet now. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Right? Oh, check me out. I'm all quiet, you know. I don't know what else to talk about. Oh, another reason why I brought it up. It's this show on Netflix called, dang it, I forgot. But it's about a little boy dealing with social anxiety, and like he has an emotional, I guess a dog for like emotional support. Yeah, emotional support dog, and it's really good. It is really, really good. And he's probably in elementary, maybe, I want to say, maybe junior high. I think he's like 11 years old, maybe. And I started watching. Jesus Christ. I had started watching it And I think it's a really good, you know, episode for kids who might be going through social anxiety. And but you won't never know, like, you know. But this is really good. You should watch it. You guys should watch it. I can't remember the name, so I can't even tell you for you guys to watch. But you should definitely watch it. Yeah, it's like adventure. It's like something. The dog name is Dude. Type in Dude and it will pop up. I know for a fact the dog name is Dude. So if you type in Dude, it will definitely pop up. Oh, by the way, this is fairly good. I don't know what they was over there fighting everybody. Oh, you gotta excuse my wrinkled tablecloth. I ain't iron it. I ain't sure to iron it. I'm tired. Yeah, but the chicken sandwich is pretty good. I don't see what everyone. I'm all late. Like what? It was like last year, but I finally had one. Oh, I finally had two. I don't see what they was fighting each other over it for. Well, it's pretty good. The pickles I really like. Basically like a chicken bun, mayonnaise, butter. Use the butter on the bread before they toasted it. Yeah, the chicken is crispy. The pickles are good. And all that pizzazz. For those who, I'm old. Once again. For those, I meant to say thank you for those who subscribe and left all your nice, lovely comments to me. It was like about 5 of y'all, but I love and appreciate y'all. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But, guys, I hope I didn't, you know, took your ear off today. I'm always about to get my babies, right? I gotta go get my babies. I have to go get my munchies. Oh, you can't even. My baby gonna be mad. Look. Oh. You have put a. I didn't know it was this. You have put like a little. Okay, I'm not gonna rip it off. I'm not gonna rip it off. Hold on. Oh. She had put like a little, I don't know what the heck this is. Up. She thought the camera would get it, but the camera didn't get it. But she had put it up there. Check on my phone. Let it be shown next time I do a video. But guys, I hope you enjoyed my lovely, lovely video. I didn't do too much eating, so I don't know if I should call this a mukbang. I should be message and mukbang. Mukbang and message. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I really do. For letting me yap your ears off and letting this be another, you know, stress reliever in my life. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time I get back, right? Watch it won't cut off. Nope. Just stupid thing.